Yeah.
Don't forget, you have to go pick up our new family members today.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot again. All right, we're back on the highway now. First things first, for any road trip, we might as well get some music going. My destination is roughly 250 kilometers away. Once I get there, I'll need to charge immediately, go pick up our new family members, and get back home as soon as possible. I totally forgot to plan this road trip, so I'll have to do it on the way. I don't even know if I currently have enough range to get there right now, and there's no chargers on the way. All right, first things first, to planning any road trip, we got to look at the temperature, because the temperature can affect the battery a huge amount. So right now the car says it's 9 degrees Celsius, and I checked a little bit earlier in Saskatoon. When we get there, it'll be about 17. So today, there's no worries at all about the temperature. It won't negatively affect the range at all. Another thing, you have to check the elevation change from your starting location to your destination. So I go into the PlugShare app, and I'm not going to do it while I'm driving. Yes, I am. So you go into the PlugShare app, you go into the trips section, you go from your starting location, so in this case is Moose Jaw, to Saskatoon. You put in, 200 kilometers. Can I even go 200 kilometers? We'll find out. So hit the 200 kilometers for both of those. Select your route, and then at Saskatoon, click one of the flow charges, I guess the flow charge that I intend to go to. You can click that one and see if on the bottom right here, the little elevation, we'll tap that, and now it says our elevation. So this is perfect. On our way there, overall, we're going to go downhill, which will increase our range. So this is perfect. So if anything, it won't negatively affect our range, but it will increase our range, and that's what we're looking for. Although there is a downward trend on the way there, we got to be careful for the way back. We'll be climbing uphill, so we'll take that into account on the way back. Am I forgetting anything else? The wind. The wind is a huge component to when going on a road trip, so we got to check it. We'll go to the Windy app, and we'll see what it's doing. So again, starting location is Moose Jaw, our destination is Saskatoon. I usually try to pick somewhere in between. Let's say Davidson works perfectly. And we can see we have headwind the entire way. So this is for sure going to dramatically decrease the range. Any kind of headwind at all. That's probably the number one thing that will negatively affect the range. So it's going to be the wind versus the Ioniq 5 in an all-out battle.
Round 1, fight!
But on the way back, the wind will help us. It'll be pushing us, even though we have to go uphill on the elevation. The wind, I think, will be enough to void any elevation change, and it should push us home. So that will be good for efficiency. We'll check it on the way back, of course. Now, the last thing I have to consider when going on a road trip is once we get there or along the route, where are we going to charge? So on this particular trip, I've done this trip numerous times. I just hope that we have enough range to get there this time. But once we get there, the south location, there's a flow charger. We don't do the north location because it costs more than the south. Both of them have the exact same speed of 50 kilowatts. So we're going to hit the south location. It's 50 kilowatts. It looks like it's in service right now, so that is just perfect. We do have our flow card so that we can just tap it and charge, and hopefully it won't be a problem at all. But the only downside, like I said, is it's only 50 kilowatts. So if we get there with maybe 10%, not 0%, but maybe a couple percent, to get to 77 kilowatts is what the battery pack is. It'll be an hour and a half to charge 100%. So I don't want to stay there for an hour and a half, and because of the wind, I don't think we need to stay there for an hour and a half. I think that all we really need to do is charge to maybe, let's say 80%, and then that should be enough range to get us back home. Guess what? I made it to the flow charger. A little bit of something I need to get off my chest is I left with 100% of the battery. I've made this trip several times before, and that headwind actually does kill a person's battery. So we got here with 35% left. We traveled 220 kilometers at an efficiency of 4.3 kilometers per kilowatt hours, okay? The trip took us 2 hours and 23 minutes. For the trip back, again, the wind will push us home. We do actually have a sense of urgency because once we pick up our new family members, we have to get home. So now let's go charge. I call upon the god Pikathor. Please bless my road trip and charge my Ioniq 5. Could I get a little bit more, please? Let's see what kind of charge we got here. No way, 80%. We got 80%. Pikathor just gave us 80% in what? A matter of seconds. I got the flow card here so we can go and tap it and plug it in and fill this girl up. All right, let's see what kind of speeds we're getting here. Again, this is just a 50 kilowatt charger, so and it's beautiful weather, so it should go straight to 50 kilowatts. And that's perfect. So when this is charging here, I'll get out and go get some food. I just finished lunch. The car is at 58%, so another 22 minutes to 80%, and once it's charged, we'll head on our way. So we've been here for roughly 48 minutes. Charging just stopped. We reached 80%, so I'm gonna unplug it, stop the charger, and head on our way. I made it to where I needed to go, Bayside Corals. Today we're picking up some saltwater corals, maybe some saltwater fish, maybe some saltwater invertebrates. So I need to get in there, get them, and then head straight home as quick as possible. So we finally made it outside of the city. Absolutely bonkers there. It's so busy. Planning the road trip back to Moose Jaw is pretty easy. We kind of already did it on the way here, right? So number one, temperature. The temperature's fantastic. It's 17 degrees Celsius. And in Moose Jaw, it's very similar. The elevation change is the second factor. So on the way here, it was downhill. On the way home, it's uphill just slightly, but it still is. So that'll just maybe just a little bit negatively affect our range. Although the third thing, wind, is definitely on our side now. It's still pretty windy. Heading south is pushing us, so that's really good. Our efficiency should thank us for doing that, so that's going to be good. But yeah, it's just kind of backwards. You take everything into consideration again. for the way there and now on the way back. So it's just going to be perfect. Once we get there, we don't have to worry about a charger because we have a home charger, and I don't need to go anywhere else after I arrive back home. So then I can just charge up to 80% on my normal electrical rate, which is super, super cheap. So yeah, I'll just do that when I get there. Again, we're going as fast as we can. We're not speeding. Always just go the speed limit. Next update will probably be in, let's say, 87 kilometers. Got a surprise. I interrupt your program with some breaking news. Gavin's Hyundai Ioniq 5 has just passed 8,000 kilometers. Can you believe that, guys? That's crazy, in 3 months. All right, I made it home. So I want to go over just very quickly the benefits of planning a road trip in an EV, okay? Specifically, I guess, Hyundai Ioniq 5. Number 1, temperature. Number 2, elevation. Number 3, wind. And number 4, chargers when you get to your destination or even along your destination, okay? So one of the top reasons why I got an EV is because of the independence and the possibility of saving money, okay? The trip to Saskatoon was 220 kilometers. We had an efficiency of 4.3 kilometers per kilowatt hour. We went from 100% to 35%, so we used 65% of the battery just on the way there. Once we got to the flow chargers, we did charge 38.6 kilowatts, and it cost $11.76. Again, we just went from the 35 to the 80%. And now that we're at home, we went 227 kilometers. We had an efficiency of 5.3, which increased again, mainly because of that tailwind coming back, which is why we didn't need to charge to 100%, only 80%. So right now I arrived at home with 22%. If I charged to 100% at home, and this is the thing here, so I didn't charge to 100% at the flow charger, and I definitely could have, but I knew I was going to make it home just at 80%. Why charge just to 80%? Because you get the 50 kilowatts from that charger up into 80%. Once it hits 80% state of charge, then it starts to tail off, and you're not charged by the kilowatt, you're charged by the minute. So those minutes that keep on going after the 80% get more and more expensive. Why charge more when I could just make it home and charge with the cheap electrical rate? So to get from currently 22% to 100% at home, it'll cost $8.60. So two totals right off the bat. The whole trip was 448 kilometers, and it only cost me in electricity $20.39. So in my books, definitely worth it. Perfect road trip. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.